Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We're at 4015 Northeast 13th Avenue here in Portland. We're located at the back of the house. I describe everything as if you're in the street facing the front of the home. You got the main vent stack that comes down through the kind of almost the exterior of the home here with a 4-inch clean out on the outside. So water is off to the house currently. I did get one toilet flush down line, luckily, so water has been down here. So I've zeroed out. Off we go here, and the line, I've already done a little bit of a test run on this thing. The line does look like it's crossing into the neighbor's property directly to the right of this home. Again, that's as you face the house from Northeast 13th. And we do hit a Y connection in clay pipe. So it does appear to have a party line. I don't know if it's active or not, but I'd be kind of surprised if it wasn't, being that this thing goes as far out off this property as it does. If these have been dealt with, if someone's disconnected, usually everyone tied into it usually has to as well. So my assumption here is it's probably still an active line. And it's got some roots and stuff in it too.
Someone's inside.
Just located there in the neighbor's staircase, and I just heard the sound of the flush. I think we're going to see one come past the camera. All right, you can see how the water level's changing right now. We've got roots and standing water and stuff going on the line here, so I'm not expecting to see a strong flush. We have zero water flow going through this house right now. Water is shut off to it. So all that water movement right now is coming from the neighboring home, or someone tied into it anyway. Because when we first ran through here, this thing was bone dry. You can see how we've got water flow there. So it is active. And if you are standing in the street facing the property, the house directly to the right of this, they've got a newer concrete set of stairs that's immediately to the right. I just located there at about 65 feet or so, almost smack dab in the basically dead center of the stairs up at the top of the staircase. So how many homes are tied in here is hard to say. It could just be one, it could be multiple. Sometimes these really old neighborhoods, you'll get multiple different houses tied in. And that was nice to be able to see that so we can see it. And I heard it audibly. You can hear it echo through the pipe. Now what this line's doing, it's running at a little bit of an angle away from the back of the house. It just keeps on going straight till it gets into the neighbor's property, quite a ways onto it, basically in line with that staircase. And then back on the property in line with the staircase is where it hits the Y connection and turns and starts shooting out the street there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and reel the camera out here. I think we've seen enough at this point it's an active line or active party line, water shooting through from a neighboring Y. So get my camera lens cleaned up here as best I can. I did put a few paint markings down. Here's your clean out. That's the right side property line. That's as you face the house from the street. That house over there, I suspect, is probably the one tied in. The line just runs straight from this point here. You can see my markings, and right over to the fence line. And then it probably gets a good 10 feet or more beyond that fence line. If you go out to the street and you face into that neighbor's property, you'll see a newer concrete staircase. At 63 feet, I was right at the top of that staircase, pretty much dead center in the middle of it. So beyond that, at this point, what I would do, rather than go through the effort of, going beyond this point, I think it makes more sense if you're gonna run this thing down. It's got roots in it. We're stopping up at 63 feet. There's a lot of buildup occurring there. My camera doesn't even want to go through it. So you have the potential for flow problems here to begin with. So that's the other part. It's one thing if it's functioning, but in this case, you've got an area there where potentially you end up with a blockage in the line. So from that standpoint, if you're trying to get this thing repaired, it makes more sense at this point to have a repair company out here who can give bids on it, to chase this thing down further, and do everything necessary to deal with the party line on it. So you're very shallow here in the backyard. This line looks like it's exiting out. We're only 7 inches deep here, just 2 feet out from the clean out. By the time you are just going to the fence line on this side of the fence, you're about 2 feet deep. Once you get over there, you're going to start getting deeper as you make your way out. The line doesn't look like it dives off super hard anywhere. So anyway, if you end up getting repairs done and the line redone here, I would recommend rescoping it. It's very important to do that, and you do that when the trench is closed so you can catch any settling problems that occur.